everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade, the Buffyverse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts, I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
And James, this week, sir, we are going to betray our way into Season 7, Episode 19, Empty Places and Heads.
Yes, we will be betraying our way into that episode. Indeed. How the hell are you, Jeremy?
Oh, you know. I'm barely staying from not offing myself.
Wow.
No.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm perfectly fine and I'm perfectly dandy. Therefore, I'm fine and dandy.
Okay.
And so then, how are you, James?
I am excellent.
Oh, so you had to one up me.
I mean, it's just how I live my life.
It's just a natural progression of things.
It's just how it rolls. Yeah, I can't help it.
Okay, fine. Anything new? Anything exciting? Anything delicious?
Nothing new. Everything's always exciting, and there's lots of delicious things.
Give me an idea of one.
Well, we had Chipotle for dinner tonight. That was pretty delicious.
What do you get from Chipotle?
I get a barbacoa burrito with white rice, pinto beans, extra sour cream, extra cheese, double wrapped.
Okay. I normally get the burrito in a bowl thing. With like fucking everything I can possibly think of on top of it. And it's pretty fire, son. Pretty fire.
Yeah, Darlene got a burrito bowl as well.
I don't really care for well, it's not that I don't care for it. I try to avoid the shell just because I generally try to find ways to cut bread from various things, but I don't always do that. But when I do, by God, it's with Chipotle.
Now, see, funnily enough, I am always looking for ways to add more bread to things.
Well, no, that's how I used to be. And I've tried, like, I'm just like, yeah, I really need to cut down on the breadial goods. So
That's fair.
Fair. That's very fair.
That's fair.
Fair. James, question.
Answer.
Boneless wings, are they just adult chicken nuggets?
Adult chicky nuggies, that's what I've called them for years. And I'm fine with that. I don't care for bone-in wings. I love me a boneless wing.
I like both. I mean, I'll take either or. Whatever you got, bro. Whatever you're serving up, slide them down.
But yeah, I've called boneless wings adult chicky nuggies for years. And I'm okay with that. Give me a plate full of adult chicky nuggies.
All right. How about pancakes versus waffles? Which one's the fraud?
Waffles.
Oh, God, no. Pancakes are definitely the fraud.
No, waffles.
Yeah. It's okay to be wrong. It's fine.
No. Pretenders to the throne. That's all I have to say.
You're a sad, sad little man.
Sorry. I love a good pancake. My dad made the best. My dad made the best pancakes.
I loved pancakes. I loved pancakes as a youngster. Probably up to, I don't know, maybe around middle school-ish age or so, 6th, 7th grade or so. And then one day I just didn't care for them anymore. I mean, didn't hate them, but I was just like, meh. And from then on, it was, Eggos or real waffles, whatever. And, yeah, so I don't really have a dog in the fight, but I just like to.
I mean, listen. If someone put a couple of waffles in front of me, I wouldn't be like, "Oh no, get those out of my face!" Like I'm gonna eat them,
yeah.
Of course.
I'm
gonna fill every square with butter and syrup. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
So
And dip some like sausage links into the syrup.
I don't eat sausage, so no.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, okay, for you it'd be bacon.
Yeah, there's some bacon in this.
See, I don't eat
First
bacon,
watch.
so
First watch has what they call $1,000,000 bacon, and it's a slightly thick cut bacon,
mhm.
and it's drizzled in syrup
Mhm.
and a little bit of pepper, and it's phenomenal.
It's got to be rough though when you get your bill and it's like $1 million per slice.
Well, you know, it's it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when you're independently wealthy like you are, it's not a big deal.
Right. I mean,
Um,
extra expenditures, pish posh.
yeah, pish posh. What
We
are the
make
un?
so much. We make so much money from this podcast.
Oh, this podcast alone is putting seven figures a month in each of our pockets.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. Um, what are the unwritten rules of using a public restroom?
Um,
What would you
like,
say they are?
are we talking like urinal or the actual shitter?
It's not specified, so I would just say in general.
Okay, well, I'm gonna break it down. If you're gonna use the urinal,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if there's if there's three urinals and one of them's being used,
Mm-hmm.
you don't use the urinal next to the
Well, what if the guy's
the
standing in the middle?
then you go into the shitter and you pee in the shitter.
What about why don't you just break out your Johnson and piss on him for
That's
for standing in the middle?
no, no, you can't do that. It's
No.
an unwritten rule that you don't piss on other people in the bathroom.
Oh, well, fuck. That takes all the fun out of it.
And then I would say the second unwritten rule of urinal use is if you do end up using a urinal next to someone else, you don't speak to them.
What if you just stare down at their dick?
That is the third unwritten rule. Do not make eye
Oh,
contact. Well, the third unwritten rule is don't make eye contact. And then
okay.
the fourth unwritten rule is don't ever stare at another man's rhubarb.
Okay. Well, I'll keep these things in mind.
Right.
You know, as an almost 48-year-old man, I didn't know any of these rules. Um,
I'm
I just used to go into the to a public restroom and I thought it was just a free for all. So I'd start just spraying the walls and shooting into the air and being like, ah, like some kind of monster. You know, I mean, I
right.
didn't know.
Well, well, I'm gonna blame that on the drugs.
Right, there's that too. What about the shitter? What are the unwritten rules of the shitter?
Um, if if there is if there are toilet seat liners, always use them.
Okay,
If there's not, you put down a layer of toilet paper
okay,
on the seat.
okay.
Number three,
Hmm.
never tap your foot underneath the stall.
Okay. Oh, because that means you want somebody to grab your Johnson.
That means you're cruising for the butt sex
Okay, okay, okay. Whilst shitting.
whilst shitting. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Um, what else? I kind of think that's really the only ones for actually using the stall.
Huh. Well, that's kind of boring. Um.
I'm sorry.
So.
I feel like you're well. Obviously, if you're in the stall, you're not trying to make eye contact with someone else, so you don't need anything about eye contact. If you're in the stall, I mean, maybe there's an unwritten rule about not talking to the person in the stall next to you.
Particularly while pushing.
Right. You don't. Right. You don't want to be like, "How's it going for you over there?" Ah.
Oh God, I think that tore. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I just know when I wipe, I'm gonna be bleeding.
yeah. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
So yeah, I would say those are the unwritten rules of public restroom use.
Okay, here's one for you, James.
Sure.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Hmm.
I know my answer.
I think I'm gonna have to go with 100 duck-sized horses because I feel like they'd be easier to kick away.
I don't know about that. You know, horses are made of pretty much pure muscle, so even at that size, they're gonna they start mule kicking. This shit's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a good uh, just a just the bottom of the boot to the face.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm taking on the horse-sized duck
Okay.
because ducks are flimsy as shit. Um, yeah,
Hollow
they're just
bones and all that,
they're just flimsy as fuck, and
and they're
like
built
it
for
comes running up
buoyancy.
to me and it's horse size, I am gonna punch the fuck out of that thing and drop it like. You remember that? You remember what? Which one was it? Conan the Barbarian, I believe, when he's drunk and he punches the shit out of the horse, and yeah, that's what
Hmm.
I'm doing to that duck.
Okay.
And so yeah, fuck that
No,
noise.
fair enough.
Would you rather gun to your head,
Hmm.
and you had to choose one of these
Sure.
for the rest of your life? Would you want to have wet socks or always have a rock in your shoe?
Hmm. I'm gonna go rock in my shoe.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing I hate more than wet socks, or say you're at a I don't know, a theme park and you get drenched and you're full clothing and then your underdrawers are fucking wet and you're walking around and you feel like you got mud butt. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
you get a rock in the shoe, you can kick that fucker around enough to kind of scoot it over to the side and maybe
Right.
not be as
Right.
annoying. Yeah.
Maneuver it up on top of your foot so it's not bothering you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on
yeah,
that one.
I think that's the way to go. If you could only whisper for the rest of your life or yell for the rest of your life, which would it be?
Whisper.
Ditto. Again, ditto. I just can't be. That's just too much energy to yell all the time.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of energy to expend. Plus, I don't care for yelling, as a
Yeah,
general rule.
yeah.
Um, uh, yeah, yeah. Plus, whispering, it's way more intimidating than yelling.
Well, yeah, especially if you say something like, take your pants down.
Well, what? What?
No?
Who would you be whispering that to?
Listen, I'm just saying I've been into the woods. I've been into the
That's
into the Appalachian Mountains, so.
that's you probably don't want to whisper that in a public bathroom.
Oh. So that's another unwritten rule
we
going
might,
back
yeah, we
to the
might have to
public.
circle back to the unwritten rules.
Okay, fair enough. Would you rather your thoughts appear above your head at all times
Hmm.
or be spoken out loud at all times?
Um, I don't think it would really matter because pretty much if it pops into my head, it comes out of my mouth anyway. So
That's
I
kind
don't.
of how I am. I don't I'm sure there's some things I keep to myself or I catch myself before um I spew them forth, but I'd say about 93.7% of everything that comes in my head comes out.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that's how I feel. So I don't think it would make a difference one way or the other.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um which type of demon from say the Buffy verse
Hmm.
would thrive in today's MAGA corporate America? And I don't mean like you don't need to tell me like their species and shit, but like can you think of any that would you'd be like, "Oh, that piece of shit would definitely be MAGA," and you know.
Um, wow. You know, I I don't think any. I think even demons wouldn't want to be Republican.
Well, Mayor Wilkins certainly was.
You know, that's it's funny you say that because when you said that, my first thought was Mayor Wilkins.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
would probably be the one, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
he's definitely in the administration at this very moment. He's a
yeah.
cabinet member.
Okay. Okay. That's a shame because I like him.
Oh, I do too. Don't get me wrong. I love the guy.
I was very glad to see him back in one of the episodes of Buffy that we are going to be covering
Indeed.
in our recording session this week.
Indeed, sir. Indeed.
Indeed.
As was I.
Yeah.
Um, if Spike had social media right
Mm-hmm.
now, what would he be posting about?
Hmm. If he had social media right now, are we taking into account the events of both shows?
Yes, because I'm going to say we're talking Buffy verse.
Hmm. I don't think I don't I don't I don't think he would be posting. I think he's dead.
Wow. Okay. Um. All right then. Um.
Well, also keep in mind I can't say too much because
Yeah.
because
Yeah. That's why I'm just gonna. That's why I'm just gonna let it ride. Um. Here's just some random stuff,
sure,
James.
sure.
Who decided the order of the alphabet, and why did we just accept it?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'd like to have a talk with some people.
It's a good. Yeah, like why isn't Zed first?
First of all, don't ever say Zed again, or I'll punch you in the throat. I fucking hate that. I have English, well, just UK buddies in general, and every time they say that, and some Canadians, and I say fuck you. It's literally one letter. Why are you using fucking 17 letters to say it?
Do you think they put them in that order because it made the song sound better?
Possibly. Possibly. Let's see. Yeah, that's about all I got, James. That's about all I got.
Okay. Okay.
And this has been In the Weeds with James and Jeremy.
Ding.
Ding. Oh, well, yeah, we're 18 minutes in, so
Oh,
I don't see a problem with going ahead and overcooking and burning some dates and deets.
I would never allow that to happen.
Well, let's allow it to happen this week.
As previously stated, we will be betraying our way into the 19th episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 7, the 141st episode of the series overall, Empty Places. Our credited writer this week is Drew Z. Greenberg, and our credited director is James A. Contner. Our original broadcast air date was April 29th, 2003 on the now defunct UPN network. Our Nielsen rating for this week's episode, 2.3, ranking it 97 out of the 108 primetime shows airing across television that week, and number 6 out of the 10 primetime shows airing on UPN for that week. Our regular cast, as always, includes Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Emma Caulfield as Anya, Michelle Trachtenberg as Spike, James Marsters as... I'm sorry. Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn, James Marsters as Spike, and Allison Hannigan as Willow.
I was just going to let you go, and when you were all done, I was going to say, so, Michelle Trachtenberg as Spike, how are we feeling about that?
Our guest stars this week include Tom Link as Andrew, Lyria Lemon as Kennedy, Indigo as Rona, Sarah Hagen as Amanda, Christy Wu as Chowan, Dorian Missick, DB Woodside as Principal Wood, Mary Welcher as Shannon, James C. Leary as Clem, Justin Chilton as Monroe, Nathan Brooks Burgess as Duncan, Anthony Stewart Head as Giles, Eliza Dushku as Faith, and Nathan Fillion as Caleb. My synopsis this week reads: after their horrifying loss at the vineyard, the gang turn against Buffy and begin to follow Faith instead. Meanwhile, Spike and Andrew travel to an old church to question a priest about Caleb.
Yeah, you really need to start getting your own goddamn synopsises, because you have taken mine for like weeks in a row now, so fuck you.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
We open in Sunnydale, and the streets are crowded with cars and people looking to leave Sunnydale, which this seemed odd to me. Like, how does everyone know that they just need to leave Sunnydale?
Yeah, so I had I was kind of thinking the same thing, and I just got the impression that, the Hellmouth giving off its hell juices, and that everybody was like freaking out and was like, okay, you know what? It's time, I think we go. And I don't think most of these people were like being like, we got to leave forever. Just put our shit in the fucking station wagon and that's all we're taking with us. Like, I think people are just like, we need to get out of town for a little while, and without knowing what ultimately
exactly
happens.
What's going on. All right. Okay. And we see Buffy is on the street walking the opposite direction of the fleeing townsfolk.
Fucking, if like mother like daughter. Just walking the streets.
And as she's walking, we hear someone call out to her from a car, and it is Clem. Clem! Who is also on his way out of Sunnydale, and they begin to have a little chat, and he accidentally starts expressing his doubts that they'll be able to avert the apocalypse, and suggests to Buffy that maybe she should probably leave town this time too. And Buffy says she probably should, at which point they say their goodbyes, and Buffy continues on down the crowded street. And that's our cold open. Wolf Howl, roll credits.
Yes, indeed. Buffy FOs, and Clem is like, I do not get paid enough to stay here. We cut to Giles and Willow, who are having an odd conversation with a police officer, and Giles has had an odd conversation with his wardrobe, as he's wearing he's wearing a turtleneck. This is like 2003. What? Yeah, 2003. Yeah, and he's wearing a turtleneck. I don't know.
What's wrong with a turtleneck?
They've been out of style since the 90s, bro.
Whatever.
I mean, jeez. It's like you don't even watch Red Carpet Runway Down. Whatever it's called. Shut up. So they're talking to this cop who seems to be under the impression that Giles works for Interpol, and it quickly becomes apparent that Willow is using some type of mind fuckery on him. And I'm like, where the fuck has this skill ever been? How come it's never been used before, and how come it's never used again? Like, what the fuck? So that kind of annoyed me a little bit. So the cop is clearly starting to kind of come out of his Lulu land. So they take the files that this cop gave to them, and they FO. And then some other cops come out to talk to that cop, and they're like, who was that? And he's like, oh. And they're all like, okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's just forget them. We also see during that conversation where they're bringing various people into the PD and, let's just say, violating their rights.
Yeah.
um, beating them and whatnot. And now these cops come out to join the other cop, and they're like, "Oh, we got I forget how the one says it, but he's like, we got a escaped prisoner here in town somewhere, and we need to find." And shows him the paper, and you don't see it, and then he's like, the one's like, "Well, I think this is a good time for some good old fashioned justice," and I'm like, okay. Then we cut to the hospital where everyone is being butthurt and a little bit, what's the word? Ridiculous. Xander's still belly aching about having a fuck hole now in his head. Buffy's trying to be delicate and relay all the doctor's orders to him and whatnot, and Willow's sitting there holding his hand. They all act like the motherfucker's dead, like. Anyway.
But I mean, he did lose an eye. Like, that's kind of
Oh
a
my
big
god.
deal.
Oh no. I mean, come on, dude. After 7 seasons of this, he lost an eye. That's not doing too bad, in my opinion. Like,
it's still kind of a big deal to lose an eye.
Buffy has died twice. Okay? And you don't see her fucking laying in the hospital with somebody holding her hand while she belly aches like a little
Oh
bitch.
no, we had an entire season of her belly aching about it.
No, she was humping a vampire about it. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, Willow gives her that folder that they had gotten from the cops, and she FOs, because I could feel the weirdness in that scene, the weird vibes, like they were kind of looking at her like, this is so your fault. And I'm just like, no, it is not. First of all, it's just not in any way, shape, or form. Like, fucking Caleb grabs him and stands there, and they look eye to eye, and he's like, "You're the one that sees. Let me see if I can fit." I would have been like, nope, 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 nope. But he just stands there like, okay, plunge your thumb into my eye socket, sir. So fuck him. Yeah, and then they're all like, "Oh, you should stay," and I think she says like play cards or something, and I'm like, hi guys, Apocalypse here. Just wanted to let you know that I'm here, and happening. Like, yeah, the Slayer has time to chill there and play Uno with you guys. Fuck off.
Xander hands her a Uno reverse card, so she has to gouge out her eye.
Right. She's like, "Oh, you got me again." He does it to everybody, like every single, even the potentials now only have one eye each. So after Buffy leaves, Willow and Xander start joking about his injury and blah, blah, blah. But then it's like it gets to be too much for Willow, and she's about to break down, and Xander's like, "Please don't." And I'm like, oh my god, fucking. First of motherfucking all, why are you laying in this hospital bed as though you were like have a broken back or you lost an eye? Go home. Why are you still in the hospital? Like, even the chick that got her arm like turned backwards, upside down, and then fucking like slinkied backwards is home, but Xander got a little eyeball pokey. I gotta lay my hospital bed and quiet. And I'm just like, fuck off, Xander. Like, what is laying in a hospital bed doing for somebody that got an eyeball popped out or crushed, whatever,
I don't know what they had to do for him medically to.
What do you do for somebody who has their eyeball fucking skull fucked out of their head? You put
So
you do what they did. They put a little fucking gauze
I would
on
have,
there. You say, okay, go home.
I would imagine that they may have had to remove the eye.
Well, yeah, they did. I think they. I feel like somebody alluded to that, either Willow or Buffy. But anyway, it's like, yeah,
But that's not
but
like an outpatient procedure.
yeah, but I just don't see that he needs to still be in the house because he comes home later on. I'm just like, dude, be a fucking man. Like, seriously. Oh, sorry. He just bugs me, dude, because he's finally gotten an injury in all these years of being an idiot, and he's going to milk this motherfucker until the end of time. I can already feel it. Or the end of this series, whichever happens first. So let's see, where'd I leave off? Oh, punching Xander in the face. Okay, let's see. So we cut back to the Sumare's residence, and Andrew is attempting to draw pictures on the whiteboard as Anya is giving a lecture to the potentials. At one point, he writes steak, Steak,
Yeah.
and because she's talking about the Uber vamps, and yes, they are really strong, but they can be defeated, and you can stake them. It's just harder. It's like driving a stake through steel, and blah 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 blah, and so, but they're all kind of rightfully so more concerned with Caleb and what he's capable of than they are the Uber vamps. And I'm like, yeah, why aren't we having a lecture and a talk about Caleb, as in, this is Caleb, and they draw a picture of him. This is the man you should stay the fuck away from. If you see him, go in literally any other direction, even if that other direction is into hell. Kennedy and Amanda kind of sneak off to the kitchen and have a little chit chat with Faith about the lack of progress they're having with Caleb. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, you guys concerned about that? Why don't you go fucking do something then? Why don't you go, do some fucking reconnaissance or so, fucking whiny bitches. God. Buffy gets home with the files from the Popos, and
Fuck the police.
fuck the police coming straight from the underground. Damn it, you made me lose my place. Oh, yeah. And she divides up the files between Faith and Dawn and a few of the other girls to do some research. These are files. Did I mention what these are, by the way?
Yeah, the police reports.
About?
Oh, no, you didn't mention that part.
Most of them are about truck stop restroom etiquette breaking. And
People that were tapping their foot under the stalls and shit.
And for some reason, James's name keeps coming up in a lot of these.
I didn't do nothing.
It's almost like the Epstein files.
Why would you say that?
No, these files aren't specifically about Caleb, but they're. How do I explain this, James? Because it took me a little bit to kind of understand what they were. They're like.
They're about vandalism and whatnot at churches in California.
For like the last, I think they said the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Basically stuff, crimes against churches, basically, in the last 10 years. And how they decided this would be the angle to go to find information on Caleb.
Right. Which is basically anything the GOP has done in the last 10 years.
And blamed on Democrats.
Right. Is a crime against the church.
Right. So Dawn immediately starts annoying Buffy about information about Xander. And Buffy clearly doesn't want to talk about it because she's like, oh my God, I'm so tired of talking about that little bitch. And finally, was that Faith? Or
Yeah.
yeah, it was Faith. Faith was like, "Hey, dumb bitch, let's fuck off into the kitchen and stop talking about that." Um, so Buffy uh, gets out of there too, and she's heading off to the school to pick up the rest of her belongings from her unceremonious firing. Um, and basically leaves Faith in charge. You know, she's like, "You lead the charge in the research department, ma'am." And Faith is like, "Okay, um, okay, gotcha."
Okay,
Buffy Buffy gets to the school, which is mostly desolate and empty. She makes her way into Robin of Locksley's office. Um, and she sees that picture that was sitting on her desk of her and Willow and Xander, and she starts crying. I don't understand. This is so fucking melodramatic. I don't get it.
She feels guilty for what happened to Xander.
Oh my! He's not fucking dead.
But he's still, like, losing an eye is a big deal. I'm sorry you don't think
I don't
so,
think that it's as big of a. I'm not saying you just pop it in your mouth and chew it up and swallow it, but I mean, goddamn, they act like this dude has been set on fire, decapitated, fucking hung, drawn, and quartered, and then skull fucked in public or something. Like, he's not. He's fine. He's gonna be fine. Everything's fine.
I would be pretty fucking upset if I lost an eye. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, whatever. I mean, whatever. So, yeah, she starts to cry like a little bitch. Oh, and then Caleb emerges from nowhere, from the shadows, and is basically criticizing her. He brings up Xander and says he's going to kill him if he, blah, blah, blah. And Buffy's like, if you ever go near Xander again, I'll fucking... And he just fucking backhands her to the Bermuda Triangle in one hit. Yeah, basically fisticuffs commence. And at one point, he grabs her by the throat and lifts her up off the ground, talks a little smack, and then throws her through a plate glass fucking window, and she slams against a fucking concrete wall out in the hallway, hits the deck, and is K fucking O'd. Like, because he walks out, he literally could have curb stomped her, fucking falcon kicked her, whatever he wanted to do, and finished her off. But he's like, since I'm a shitty villain, I'm gonna walk away now and let you live. I'll come back later and get you, bitch. Which is basically what he says, and then he just leaves for literally no reason. Or he does say, I'm gonna have fun breaking you, or something like that, or taming you. I don't know how he said it, but these, like, I've liked Caleb. And I like him. I like his character, but these are things that villains do in these shows that just piss me off. They have the hero completely at their mercy, and for literally no reason, just walk away and let them be just fine, when they could have just ended all their headaches right there, like instantaneously.
Yeah.
So that I'm like, oh, don't do that. Because it's not like the first had said to him, listen, you cannot kill this bitch yet. We need her for whatever. She has to slay her queef on something. I don't know. But, you know what I'm saying? So there's... literally the main goal has been, since he showed up, kill this fucking Slayer. And now he has her completely at his mercy. And he's like, see you later, bitch. And... just leaves, and I'm like, oh no, they did the thing. Ugh. Anyway, at the house, some things are going on there with Dawn. And what is that, James?
She's showing Giles pictures that she found when she was going through the police files and all of that. But she points out one in particular to him. It's actually there was no report of vandalism or anything like that, and but somehow it made its way into one of the police reports, and that kind of jumped out at Dawn, and that's why she picked it out to show Giles. And so Giles is looking at it, and he spots the mark that Caleb's ring leaves on one of the walls.
And this is when we can finally tell what this fucking symbol is on his ring, because we talked about last week where he burned it on that potentials, and we were like, what? It's just a little blob. We couldn't tell what it was, and now we can tell. It's a middle finger. It's just this tiny little middle finger that's going like that. Yeah. Maybe it might be a penis.
So, yeah, it's his mark on a wall in the church in Gilroy, which is apparently in Northern California, at least north from Sunnydale. So Giles sends Spike and Andrew to check out the church and find out what the dealio is. And then Faith decides that the potentials need to blow off some steam, and they all go.
Because this always works out well in the Buffyverse.
Yes. So they all go to the bronze. So, yes, they go to the bronze. Buffy comes back home. And obviously it's only Giles there. And he gives her the skinny on the church, and she's all like, did you send Spike away so that he could get killed?
I'm sorry, how's that again, James?
Did you send Spike away so that he could get killed?
I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark here and say this wasn't your favorite shining moment of Buffy.
And Giles is like, and what if I did?
What if I did, cunt? What you gonna do about it?
He's like, what you gonna do about it if I did?
Why don't you fuck off, twat? I'll do what I want to do.
So of course he does the I was doing what I thought was right, and she's all like, I'm
the only one that knows what's right around here.
But only I know what's right. You're. And he's like, someone has to make decisions in your absence, and she's like, it's those decisions that I'm worried about.
Yeah. I'm only worried about the decisions that are made when I'm not around. See, she's the penguin.
So then she like gets up to kind of storm away, and then she's like, "The fuck is everyone?" And he's like, "Bitch, Faith took him to the bronze. What are you gonna do about it?"
Yeah. And when she leaves and closes the door, he's like, yeah, he's like, and then she sticks her head back in the door, and he's like,
and then she nods and then closes the door again, and he just silently is just like,
he just screams into the nothingness.
Just a silent scream. Nothing comes out.
And he slowly just fades off the camera.
So then we cut to the vineyards, and we see Caleb, who is reporting to the first that he had a little run-in with the Buffster, and boasts about how they're leading her right into another trap. She's very close to leading the rest of the girls into the trap with her. And then we cut to the bronze, and all of these.
Yeah. And have you ever noticed? I never thought about it or noticed it until literally this scene. But every time we have ever seen Faith at the bronze, which has been many times, dancing with people, she always does the exact same. She's always doing like the stripper dance, the exact same moves, and you know what I'm saying? It's like it's the same every single time. I don't know. I was like, they could have just used old footage.
And it finally happened, Jeremy. It finally happened. Someone underage has been served alcohol at the bronze.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably been happening since season 1.
It's finally happened on screen. They finally acknowledged that this is not a good idea to let underage people into a club that also caters to the over 21 crowd.
I still say that I do not recall the bronze being an alcohol establishment, like at least for the first couple of seasons. And then all of a sudden alcohol started showing up, and I was like, wait, what? Nobody has the X on their hand or a bracelet or anything. Like, what's happening here?
If I recall, early on when we started doing the podcast, back in ye olden days, we had discussed the possibility, the very likely possibility, that the bronze was one of those clubs where it was like 21 and under up until like 10 o'clock at night, and then it switched to like 21 and over.
Yeah, I just don't know. The bronze has always been very unexplained to me, at least.
Well, either way, Amanda's shit-faced drunk.
Yeah, totally shit-faced. And Amanda's in high school, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So Faith ends up taking her drink away from her, which I was kind of like, really, like Faith. This doesn't seem like a Faith thing. Like Faith.
Oh, I don't think she cares. I think she just doesn't want to have to deal with dragging a drunk teenager home.
Maybe.
Like, I think that's all it is.
And then police show up, and they start getting rough with everybody at the bronze, and they take Faith outside and lock everyone back into the bronze, and then they start beating the brakes off of Faith.
She gets Rodney King'd.
Yeah.
Which only 4% of our audience got just now.
Right. So the rest of the girls disarm the officer inside and then go outside to help Faith. And as they're all beating up the cops, Buffy shows up, and she doesn't bother. She's just immediately all like, get everyone home right now.
You're fighting with the policemen.
Yeah. So all the potentials and Dawn skedaddle, and Buffy and Faith have a little argument about letting the girls go to the bronze and how some of them were drunk and letting them get into a fight, and Faith's like, they needed to blow off some steam, and besides, I'm not the one that, she's basically like, well, what about Molly and what's her face and Rona, like, and what you leading them into a trap, da 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 da, and then Buffy clocks her.
Oh, it's always Buffy's go-to. It's violence. She's a domestic violencer.
Yeah. Because Buffy's like, oh, this could have gotten dangerous, and then that's when Faith's like, well, what about what about leading them into danger? You know, how do you think Molly and Rona and what's her face feel about that? And da 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 da.
And Buffy's like,
Uh,
that's it. You said something true. I'm going to punch you in the face.
so then we cut to Andrew and Spike on Spike's motorcycle, and Andrew's on the back of his bike with wearing a football helmet,
Yep.
and Andrew's trying to get Spike to stop for like burgers and fries, and he's like, you know, road trip food, and Spike's like, it's not a road trip, it's a mission, and Andrew's like, well, I think even operatives stop for curly fries. They're so delicious. And Spike's like, I'm a fan of those onion blossoms.
Yeah.
And Jonathan or Andrew's like, oh, those are good too. They're amazing. It's both a flower and an onion. And Spike's like, well, the trick is you have to let it soak in cold water for an hour, and then you deep fry it root side up for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
and then there's a pause, and then Spike's like, if you tell anyone we had this conversation, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
So then we cut back to the Summers house, and what's happening there, Jeremy?
There's a circle jerk happening, actually.
Wow.
And there's not even any guys. It's girls. But they all have bigger dicks than Xander. No. Spike is chilling. I'm Spike. God damn it. Faith is chilling on the porch, having ye old smoke when Robin arrives. Robin of Locksley, that is. Because there's going to be a meeting. Apparently, there's a pager network that they use when there's going to be a Scooby meeting, and he got the page. So they talk about Faith's bruises, newly acquired bruises, and the issues they both have, and blah blah blah. This is the kind of stuff I'm just, you know me, James. These are the kind of conversations I'm like, blah 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 blah. I don't care. It's character building, which I'm not against character building, but I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean. I don't like it. I'm going to write a sternly worded letter. We cut back to Spike, who is going into the monastery with Andrew, as they finally reached it. And they are swiftly attacked by what appears to be one of the bringers. However, Spike subdues the man and pulls down his hood to discover he is merely a priest, or just a monk, whatever. Father Fondle. We'll just call him Father Fondle. And he sees on the side of the guy's face is burned with Caleb's mark, which again is just a very small little penis, which is actual size.
It's Caleb's actual. So what's engraved on Caleb's ring is Caleb's actual penis, not just the likeness. It's actual size. And
right. That's why he's a very angry, misogynistic piece of shit.
That's why he's the way he is. Yes.
Right. We cut back to the house, and Xander arrives, and he's acting like a fucking invalid, and like Willow's like helping him in, and he's all like, I'm just like, what? This is killing me with this shit. And of course, everybody's kissing his ass and acting like he's some kind of fucking hero, whereas they should have been like, yo, loser, got your fucking eye poked out, didn't you? Fucking idiot. You deserve it. You should have the other one poked out and wear 2 fucking eye patches.
Wouldn't he just wear sunglasses at that point?
Nope. I would make him wear 2 eye patches. Yep. No sunglasses allowed. So Buffy starts talking to the whole group, and she announces that she has basically had a thought. That she's pretty sure that the reason that Caleb is at the vineyard is because there must be something at the vineyard that's worth guarding, protecting, keeping away from the Slayer.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's really 50-50, James, because how many of these villains have we seen? Well, that's their lair. That's just where they,
Okay, I get what you're saying, but I also agree with where she's coming from. Like, if the seal was so goddamn important, why aren't they guarding it?
Oh, that part. Fuck, I brought that up like 3 episodes ago. I was like, if this seal is so grand, why isn't he there bleeding his own dick onto it like 24/7 to keep it fucking open, Like, it's clearly not, it's just a distraction. So, yeah, that part I 100% agree with, but I feel like it's quite a leap to be like, oh, there must be something in Caleb's lair that he's clearly keeping from me, because this has happened never before. So I don't know. And then so she informs them, we're going back in. And they're all like, the fuck we are. And she's like, no, really. And they're like, no, we're serious too. So yeah, we cut back to the monastery, whatever the fuck it is, and Spike is interrogating the guy, and they finally get him to agree to talk, and he's like, well, I can do better than that. I can show you. And Spike's like, dude, listen, I know you're a monk. You don't get a lot of action, but I do not want to see it, okay? Keep it to yourself. And anyway, so the monk takes him down to the end of the hallway and around this little corner and removes this, or I can't even remember. Was it a painting or something and he moves it, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes a painting down off the wall, and there's some Latin I almost said subscription, James.
Yeah, there's a subscription to Latin on the wall.
Right, there's a subscription to Latin Mag on there. And Spike's like, sweet, I love this magazine.
Right. And all it is like Latin text translated into modern English.
Right. Just everyday grocery lists, just everyday things, nothing fun. So he translates it. Clearly he knows Latin. And basically it says it's only for her to hold. And he's like, well, clearly they mean me. They misgendered me. That's all. So we cut back to the Summers house, and Buffy continues to plead her case, whilst the rest of them are, literally everyone's against Buffy at this point. Every single, Giles takes a shit on her, Xander and Willow shit on her, everybody shit on her, and they're like, well, who makes you the boss? And she's like, I'm the Slayer, and you're all at my house. Like, no one stops. Like, okay, I'll talk about it later. But even Willow's like, we're questioning your judgment and blah, blah, blah. And of course, Anya dumps on her too, because that's what Anya always does. And they're all like, well, maybe we should get a new leader. Maybe Faith should be our leader. And Faith is like, whoa, no. No. And they're all like, okay, Faith is a leader. But even Robin of Locksley jumps in to shit on Buffy, who has been nothing but a Buffy fan from day one. Now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, you suck,
It's
Buffy.
not out of nowhere. He's still dick hurt because Buffy wouldn't let him kill Spike.
He couldn't. He tried. Spike wrecked him. And then she didn't even, kick him out of the group. Like, he should... whatever. So then Buffy's all like, I cannot watch her lead you into doom. And Dawn gets up and walks over to her and is all like, then you can't stay. You need to leave.
I don't like. So Buffy was like, I can't watch her lead you, like you said, into doom. And I'm like, but you can stand by and watch yourself lead them into doom. Like,
yeah, like what you did last episode.
Yeah, like what's the difference?
Right. So Buffy leaves the house, and Faith follows her outside. Probably a bad idea. And she's like, yo, this was not my idea. I wasn't trying for this. This ain't me, blah, blah, blah. And Buffy's crying, but she's just like, they're your responsibility now. Take care of them all and don't be a douche. And then she fucks off. And that is our episode, James.
That is our episode. Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Would you... Well, for one, this is the final appearance of the Bronze.
Oh, that's right. It is the final appearance of the Bronze. Although I gotta be honest, I haven't been a big fan of the Bronze since it was destroyed and rebuilt. I liked the old Bronze better.
And to send off the Bronze in this episode, and we haven't had one of these in a while, so this will also be our final Bronze band. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Nerf Herder.
I was going to say it was Nerf Herder.
Yep. Jeremy, would you like to play everyone's favorite game, Body Count?
I don't... None?
Good job. You win.
I was going to say. I win.
You do win. Give yourself a round of applause. Our music this week, Nerf Herder with Mr. Spock and Rock City News, and our original score by series composer Little Bobby Duncan.
BD!
Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
BD! Could
that was
you
delayed.
Please tell me and our lovely audience, on our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many eye patches do you give this episode?
Well, James, we backslid a bit here this week compared to the last couple of weeks. This is a 2. This is a 2. For a few reasons. Number one, it's not very fun. It's not very, nothing really happens. There's no action other than them Rodney Kinging Faith. It's really kind of a boring episode. The best scene in the whole goddamn episode is the conversation Spike and Andrew have on the motorcycle about fucking awesome blossoms. So it's just not enjoyable, quite frankly. And like I said, the Xander thing I find annoying. Thankfully, we're through with it. Starting with the next episode. I think all of these people, all of them, including Buffy, are just horrible, horrible friends. And they have been from the beginning. They all turn on her, even though she's kept them all alive and sacrificed her own life more than once for 7 years. And then at the same time, it's like, well, she did kind of have a colossal fuck up last week, but can she not have a colossal fuck up every now and then, given her track record? Nobody important died. Let's face it. A bunch of no-name, fucking potential girls. Who cares? Fuck them. Nobody important died. Xander lost a fucking eyeball. So what? Quit being a bitch. Fucking Nick Fury only has one eye. Do you see him moping around like a little cunt? Jeez. He's a bad motherfucker, that guy. Anyway,
And
yeah,
he didn't even get his eye gouged out. It was scratched by a
scratched
cat.
out by a cat. Right. He didn't even have like a cool war, like this dude possessed with demon power plunged his thumb into my fucking socket. No, he's just like, well, Mr. Snuggles cut my eye off.
Scratched my eye.
So, yeah, it's not fun. The pacing is kind of, when I say pacing, I mean, it doesn't, it goes slow. It's not fun. I hate everything about the story, honestly. It's like I see everybody's point of view, and yet I think everybody's wrong at the same time. And I don't know how that's possible, but that's just the way this episode makes you feel. So yeah, it's a 2, man. It's a 2. I don't see any point in overthinking it or dramatizing it. It just is what it is. It's a 2.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that. Jamery, or James and me?
James and me. Yes, Jeremy.
On our sliding scale of 1 to 5, tell me and our lovely audience, how many football helmets do you give this episode? And why is it also only a 2?
It is not a 2.
Oh.
I give this episode 1 football helmet.
Oh, wow. You really took a shit on it.
This is
the pack.
This is such a I mean, we've had other ones since the pack. It's not as bad as the pack, but it's such a backslide.
It really is.
From where we were. I mean, we just 2 episodes ago we were at a fucking 4.
Yeah, I know. And then we were at a
we were at a 3 and then at a 4.
Yeah, we had 2 really good episodes, like stellar episodes compared to what we had.
Yeah, we had shit.
No, we did not shit.
We had Storyteller, which was a 3. We gave a 3, and then we had Lies My Parents Told Me, which was a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dirty Girls, which was,
Girls.
I don't remember what we gave it, but I know it wasn't a 4. It might have been a 2 for me. But anyway, yeah, this is a 1. It's such a backslide from where we were headed, a positive direction. And the only reason it gets a 1 is because of the Spike Andrews stuff. Like,
yeah, that's the best stuff in the episode.
Like, it really made me. I said to Darlene, I was like, this kind of makes me want like a Spike Andrews, like Spike and Andrew just tooling around the country, helping people do good, random like.
Yeah, it would have been like Wesley and Angel.
Like the Incredible Hulk meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It would have been Spike and Andrew just wandering around the country, helping random people.
Always on this shitty motorcycle that only does like 50 as its top speed.
Yes. Yep. So yeah, I'm right with you. Like, I see everyone's point of view. I see everyone's point of view towards Buffy. Like you literally just led us into disaster, and now you want to do it again. Mm-hmm. Like, what? But I see where Buffy's coming from too, to a degree. I don't like the fact that they didn't even bother to hear Buffy out. All they heard was, we have to go back to the vineyard, and they were like, nope, fuck you. Peace out.
You have to move out of your own house.
Right. That's the other thing. I said to Darlene, I was like,
all you bitches pack your shit and get the fuck out.
Right. I would be damned if these motherfuckers kick me out of my own house. I'd be like, you can all feel free to pack up and get the fuck out. Yeah,
go stay with Faith in her motel.
Right. Xander's got a nice apartment. Go hang out there.
Yeah. And then Xander's like, no, they tore that set down. Yeah. And then I'm like, hey, not my problem. Go stay in the street then.
Go stay in the street. Go sleep in Robin's
His vampire murder garage.
his
Yeah.
vampire murder garage. But yeah, I told Darlene, I'd be like, I'd be damned if I let them kick me out of my own fucking house. I was like, Dawn got up in my face and was like, "This is my house too." I'd have been like, "Bitch."
Well, I'd just be like, no, it's not, because bitch, you're not real. Like, you've only been here a few years. I've lived here since season 1, so you can eat all of my ass.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. I'll be damned if I let them kick me out of my own house.
Yeah, there's no goddamn way that would have ever happened.
But I'm like you. Like, I see everybody's point and perspective, and yet...
And everyone is wrong.
Right, and yet I don't agree with any of it. So
no, they're all wrong.
Right, I don't know how that's even fucking possible. Like you said, I don't understand it.
When something is that poorly written, and you can see everyone's point of view, and yet also think everyone is wrong, you've got a bad episode on your hands.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where it stands for me. It's a 1.
It's a 1.
Yeah.
And that's all James has to say about that.
That is all James and me has to say.
All James is saying is this episode sucked. James, BuffyRevisited.com. Did you know that that's our website? Of course you did. Right there, you can see our email address, which is buffyrevisited@gmail.com. And you can find a link to our YouTube page where you can watch the video version of this very podcast at this very moment. Don't try to figure it out. You will have a stroke.
You will have a stroke.
And yeah, that's all. James, anything you want to say to wrap up this not good episode?
Nope.
I will say that I'm just happy that it's over.
Well, yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm happy that it's over.
Kind of like finally getting that Band-Aid ripped off. It's like, whew, okay.
Right.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Next week, we're going to be jumping into Season 7, Episode 20, Touched by an Angel. No? No, just touched.
No.
Okay, just touched.
Just touched, yeah.
All right, well, until we're ready to touch each other, I've been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
Ta-ta.
Turns with a falling star.